there, folks. This is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Welcome back to another awesome day off the farm, off the grid. Today we are up at Turtle Island Preserve with Eustace Conway up here in the North Carolina mountains, and we're going to be milling with a purpose today. We're going to be dropping some trees and we're going to put them on the wood-mizer. I hauled the wood-mizer up here. We're up here trying to help Turtle Island Preserve. It is an awesome school that Eustace Conway puts on up here, and lots of cool events to teach adults and children alike how to live off the land. So come along as we mill with a purpose, we start dropping trees, and we start running this sawmill. First thing we got to do in order to get the sawmill all set up is we got to pull some pins and drop some of these jacks right here. This is my first time taking the mill off of the farm, guys, and I'm curious about this because I know you can make about $1,000 a day running a sawmill like this, turning out some good lumber. We'll go ahead and pull pins. There we go. We're just gonna raise this enough to get the mill disconnected from the truck. Okay, and then I'll pull the truck up out of the way a little bit and we'll level this mill off. It's pretty much self-leveling. It can be at an angle a little bit, but we wanna make sure it's as level as we possibly can get it. All right, looking close here. We'll go ahead back to the back and we'll raise it up just ever so slightly. We'll get this whole thing off the ground. So right here, I'll pull this, the jack will drop, and all we gotta do, bring it up maybe one click. Right there. It's got the mill up off the ground. More jacks. There are 4 more jacks. One there. There is a process, a procedure in setting this thing up. So we'll go ahead, get the 2 on the front, raise the mill up, and get her all ready. I can see it's leaning a little bit this way, so we need more jack in the back. By the way, guys, if you like this kind of content, please pound that like button, jump in, subscribe to the channel, and I'll post a link to Eustace's nonprofit and to Eustace's YouTube channel. He posts a video once a month, something like that, but it's always great, useful information. So we got the sawmill just about ready, guys. I've started it up, everything's running fine. What I've got to do here is I had to jack it up and get it just about level. It doesn't have to be perfectly level. The platform will self-level. In other words, when we put a log on there, it'll cut it straight. Things you got to worry about, we'll come over here and I'll show you. So we've got to get our blade tension up to about 3,000 PSI. I'll slowly work this up by cranking this lever right here, and I'll take it to about 2,500. I'll start the mill and I'll let that run for just a second, and then I'll tighten it down as the mill is turning. Down here, we have all the hydraulic controls, and you'll probably see me running the hydraulics right through here. All this does, it runs the log loader, it runs the turner, and it runs everything that holds the log in place. So that's how this works right here. This was all hooked to the truck 10 minutes ago, and we're just about ready to mill. Up here you see a water tank. So this water tank right here is part of the wood-mizer setup, and the wood-mizer pulls water, soapy water from this, and in the wintertime I put windshield wiper fluid so it won't freeze. So this will pump water through and lubricate the logs as we're cutting them today. They're probably going to be mostly green logs, so we won't need a whole lot of wood-mizer going. We brought extra blades just in case we hit a nail, but I imagine all this pine and all this poplar we mill up is going to go just like that. So come on down here and I'll show you the log deck. This is where your log goes on. This is the log loader right here. So you'll see these arms raising the log up onto here. Those are called dogs that hold the log in place back there. We'll raise them up, we'll position it, and then we'll start cutting. Got to look at every log, got to be able to read every log and make sure you get the maximum amount of lumber out of it. We're going to go ahead and fire up, crank it down, start the mill. Engage the blade. Sawdust chute. It's the lifeblood of your machinery. This is ATF, automatic transmission fluid. This is the debarker attachment right here. What we do is just pull a pin, store this little pin right here, and this arm swings out and we'll take the bark off the tree, saving your blade, because the bark is what's dirty. The bark is what causes the blades to get dull really quickly. That and really hard wood. All right, here we are. Eustace, hey. Good to see you. We're men about town here. We like to hug. He's a good fella, man. So, Eustace, we're up here on Turtle Island Preserve, and part of the reason why we're up here is to help benefit Turtle Island Preserve, not just to get Eustace and me working together. And I said, look, man, I want to come up here and work with you when there's not all these people around, because there's always people up here learning.
Yeah, and we've got some times we have a big event or something, and there's just too many people to really focus and even get to know each other better, you know?
That's it, that's it. So, got to walk the walk and talk the talk. So not only talk about doing the work, but actually getting it done. Eustace has been dropping trees already this morning. We're gonna show you guys how we drop trees, how we mark them, and how we cut them to put on the mill, and then we'll mill out some lumber. And this is for a building up here at the top of the hill that we passed on the way.
Yeah, it's a real nice building, and we need some joists. Way up, it's a tall building, and so we need some floor joists, big, sizable floor joists on either end for the winter loft.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah, well, they'll be about 16 foot long and about 3 inches thick and about 12 to 14 inches wide.
Now we're going to do some pine and poplar today. Is that what you're planning?
Mostly poplar, but we'll just sort of see what the forest tells us it should be taken out. I like the thin trees that make sense to take out. You know, like this
crooked fella.
Yeah, crooked. Like take the worst first, and then you can let the really nice stuff keep growing. So it's just it's really an intelligent economic decision, and what you cut, what you take down out of the forest makes one of the biggest differences of all.
Yeah, a lot of people think just leave the trees alone, and I'll just leave the forest, don't cut. But managing the forest is something that's really important.
It's about like taking care of a baby, you know.
Yeah.
You got to be constantly with it if you want to get something good out of it. Like, if you're not training, taking care of your baby, baby's going to have a problem, and the forest will have all kind of problems too. So
yeah,
you can raise a child and have something really nice, accomplished, and special, or you can raise a child like most Americans and just be kind of, you know.
Yeah.
But I like having a real nice, healthy forest.
That's it. That's it. No more button pushing. So what you guys will see here in a minute, we'll get you a shot of the forest. When the trees are too close together, oftentimes they'll get disease. They get to a certain point, they start toppling over, they get disease. And we've got a lot of disease in these white pines up here. Some of them, it's a shame to see the tops broken out of them, but a lot of it's still good usable lumber for firewood and for lumber.
Right in this area, we had a huge tornado come through, and in 5 minutes we lost probably, I don't know, 5,000 or 7,000 trees.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You'll see the tops of these trees, especially from the drone footage, guys. So let's get busy.
Yeah, let's do it.
Working time.
Roger, if you could cut that firewood up that I showed you over there, might as well save and salvage and get every piece we can get. Like, I don't like to be wasteful. Modern America is extremely wasteful, but that's not me. Okay. I'm just going to get an idea. One of the most important things is to get a feeling for how and what you can get out. So like right there is 16. Whenever I cut a log, if it's an 8-footer or 10-footer, I might say 10, but I mean 10-3. Yes. I always like to have that a little bit extra. Most people cut it 10-6, but I can accurately.
Our timbers.
Yeah, so this, unfortunately, this is a serious rot. I'm afraid that it's not going to work. That rot goes way down in there. It might go down to here or there, you know, but I'm not going to cut into that dirt. So come back about a more realistic place, somewhere right in there. And so what I'm going to do here is sort of, even though I know there's probably only about 10% chance that the rot doesn't go, I'm just going to be hopeful, you know, like maybe we'll get lucky. And so I'm going to cut it at, I'll probably actually cut it about 16.6.
So you'll at least get 14 or 15 feet?
Yeah, but we need 16 footers. Yeah. So if we can't get 16 foot, it won't go for our project. We're building that meeting lodge up there for folks to gather together.
You need the 16.
Yeah, we really need 16. If we can't get it out of this, we'll take down another tree and get it out of that. So we're gonna get some regardless. We got a pretty good warehouse here. Shovel?
We're gonna get one.
No, it's too far away. You'd probably have to go all the way to that green truck.
That's a waste.
There's one in the back of that truck. So come on around here, if you will. So you see how that broke right there?
Sure do.
So that's splintered back a little bit. You know all about splinters, don't you?
Yeah, that's going deep.
Yeah, but I could probably, for my purposes, I could probably cut it about at the end of this. So cut that off. We'll make some firewood there. In fact,
Yep.
That's fairly clean. You can cut it right there.
Yep.
And there, you see how that'll be a block of firewood?
Sure do.
I like to make use of everything.
Yep, these are nice sizes.
Yeah.
Yep,
So from there, so that'll be 2 cuts.
it will.
And then you see how there's limbs on that?
Sure do.
If you could just limb that up a bit. Yep, you do that and I'll be making a cut over here. Log ox. Have you ever seen one of these, Gary?
I have not seen them in use.
Yeah, it's awesome for being able to like grab
Yeah.
and pick it up. You don't have to bend over as much.
That
This
is nice.
guy that came up with this was a genius.
Yes.
It's not even that complicated, but my goodness, it's so helpful, you know? So that's basically it's sort of like an arm extension
Yeah.
and a hook.
So
You
you don't
grab
have to
it.
bend so much.
That's right. Yeah, you can
that's
take
nice.
care of that back.
Yeah, that's important.
So especially good for older people, but it's good for younger people to keep them from getting old.
That's right. It'll keep you strong.
If you look at that, that's rot, and so that's a problem, but it's not even half as bad as I thought it was. So you see how that's just totally rotten, but that's gonna be right at the very end of our floor joist. So we got really lucky. Whenever you see a big rotten hole like that, look at that big rotten hole there, you see that? Whenever you see that and all that rot, you really can expect it to go down for a foot or 4 foot or 5 foot. But we got lucky. I just thought, well, maybe it'll work. You know, you always got to keep a positive attitude. Isn't that right, Josh? Woo!
When I said sawmill, he said, what time?
So now I'm going to try to figure out what I'm going to do with this. Probably just firewood. You have to have something straight. If it's not straight, you can't get much out of it, and you don't want to waste your time. And for my mill, big circular sawmill, like Roger's mill, you have to have something like a minimum of 8 foot, like 8 foot 3 inches. I have a feeling, Josh, what's the shortest you can comfortably cut on your mill there?
About
6'7". So similar, you know. He can cut something a foot shorter. It doesn't start getting straight until you cross over that dead pine there. So this is probably going to be firewood. Did that one cut up all right over there, Roger? Yeah, if you can come over here and just about every 16 inches. And of course it's up in the air, so this is real nice. You just drop the pieces and we'll make firewood out of that. That's pretty substantial. There's a lot of beef right there, you know. We can get something, that'll make some good wood right there. I don't think I'm really gonna get another log until somewhere right in here. I'm gonna put this chip of wood here as a marker. In fact, you can even take your saw and just touch it right there. That'll give you a better mark because this chip of wood might fall off. And then we'll start getting a log. If we can, maybe we'll get another 16-footer. Although I think it's gonna be a little bit too small diameter over there. We'll just have to cut down another tree. So right here is where there's a natural drop off of size. Gary, can you see how it starts getting smaller from this knot, like it tapers down?
I sure do.
So I'm just gonna look at that. That's about 9 foot. I don't usually make them 9. So I'll probably come back and just make an 8-footer, 8'3". So if you want to cut that one, or actually I wouldn't mind trying that chainsaw. I've never operated a battery operated chainsaw.
One might do.
First time for everything.
It is so fun, man, to take a piece of wood from the forest like this and mill it up. As soon as I get home, I'm setting it back up. I got some cherry, some walnut, and we're getting ready to build the mega shop. We got to get you out for the shop. So we're gonna put a butcher shop in there and everything.
Nice.
We'll do some old timey Appalachian hogs and all that stuff. So
Community.
heck yeah, yep.
I love it.
It's sad that only the older folks, and I say older, you know, in their 80s, around me, are really into this stuff. There's a few young people into it, but not a lot.
Well, for years and years, I said the best wedding present a couple could ever get is a sawmill.
Oh yeah.
Because with the sawmill, they can make anything.
Yep. And you got it. You know, when he makes this move, she makes that move.
Yeah.
And you know, me and my dad are like a Singer sewing machine running this thing, man.
Sweet.
Problem here. We got a little jumpy jump. Tires and batteries. You seen the floorboard? Let's check the floorboard out here, guys. Up there is a nice use of a barrel top. She holds good.
I got that barrel lid.
Yeah.
I got that barrel lid. Fella gave me that lid. I just started getting a bunch of old Chevrolet parts, and I started with that lid and I built the truck around it. That's called a tall tale.
All right, guys, so we're headed up to the top of the hill. Eustace is down there driving, and woo! And we're gonna run up the top of the hill. We're gonna drop off all this lumber that we just milled up. We only need 5 more pieces. Not planned. You okay? This is Josh. Silent Josh. He doesn't say much. We're backing back down. I was wondering if we were gonna make it, man.
all about how you set it up, really. Hog ox rules.
You got it clear.
Hog ox rules.
All right, guys, we are on day 2 up here, and we're gonna run some more logs through. We've got a couple more of these old rotten, nasty ones here. This is the fella that bought my frick sawmill. Roger is our key offloading man. So how much lumber you reckon we ran through this mill in the last 2 days?
Probably 1,000 board feet.
Yeah, lots of board feet. We're doing siding, we're doing 2x4s, we're doing all kinds of stuff. So we got a little more to look forward to, and Eustace is going to show us how he drops a tree here in just a minute. Thanks for all your help, man. It's been great. I don't know what we'd have done without you. We got a project, right?
Oh yeah.
Always a little drama up here.
Yeah.
So
this lifestyle kind of drama packed.
that's it. That's it. So we're gonna drop a poplar tree that is probably, what do you say, 24 inches through, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe ish, 22, something like that. We're milling with a purpose for Eustace up here. So really how this all came about is, like, I called Eustace. I said, man, I got time this weekend. I got the sawmill this weekend. Let's come and run the crap out of it. We got about 8 hours.
Where did you find that time? Because I want to go there and get some.
No doubt. So you're gonna take the excavator here, and what people are gonna see is,
Well, what I'm gonna do, instead of cutting it down, which I have done all my life, I got this handy dandy piece of equipment, and I thought, man, I can just push it over, and it pulls up the roots too. So I'm gonna plant this area someday, so I might as well go ahead and get the roots up. So basically the leverage of the tree falling over is gonna help me. I'll let nature do the work. It's sort of like working smart instead of harder.
yeah. Now, my sawmill's safe. I'll let you get...
All I can do is my best. So it's in the zone. It will get smashed if I'm not really careful or lucky, but I'll be as careful as I can be.
I think you'll be fine.
Okay.
I'll let you do it, man.
All right.
Right on. Well, we wrapped it up, man. We cut some logs out here. I ran that machine for 10 hours the last 2 days. You believe that?
I'm loving it. Thank you.
Heck yeah, man.
Thank you, thank you.
It's been great, man. Enjoyed the trip up. Thanks for having us. Good that we could put a little bit toward Turtle Island. For you guys to know, so Turtle Island Preserve is a nonprofit, right?
Well, it's a nonprofit dedicated to enriching people's lives through getting back to nature and just seeing where stuff comes from and where stuff goes and just sort of learning about life. It's just a brainchild I had as a teenager, a young teenager, and I started working on it and worked on it all my life. So check us out at turtleislandpreserved.org and find out more and end up here.
Yeah. If you want to come and volunteer or if you want to donate, I'm going to post a link to Turtle Island for Eustace at the bottom of this video and in a pinned comment. So if you guys want to donate to Turtle Island to help teach people how to live off the land and coming out here, man, just the fellowship and enjoying all that was just really nice, man. Really cool.
Leave the plastic world behind and get real.
That's it. That's it. Thanks a lot. Guys, we'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge Farm Channel. Hope you enjoyed this. This has been a fun time. It's gonna be a long video. I know it is. Gotta have some outtakes, some good fun stuff. No drone crashes. No major anything yet. We're gonna try and get the drone to follow us out of here. This road is really, really steep, so I'm not sure if we'll get it or not, but it's been a good time. A lot of good fellowship up here, just enjoying nature and running the mill. And I got better on my mill for sure, running up here. So.
Thank you so much, Josh.
Heck yeah, anytime. Thanks, brother. See you next time. See you guys next time on the Stoney Ridge. Watch this. Woo! Woo! There we go. See y'all. Come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge. Woo! This is Robert. Robert's the fellow that actually... Roger, okay. I've been saying Roger all the whole time. I've been saying Robert? Okay.
Roger.
All right, let's do that again. Cut! Blooper! Yeah, awesome. Roger? Roger? It's Roger, isn't it?
Yep, Roger.
Why do I keep thinking it's Robert?